Hey guys, Ash Lane here. It's time for the first installment of Beyond the Sneak Peek with special guest Godson. As you guys know, I have YouTubers lined up every day of the week to talk about the sneak peek, and there was a lot to get to today in Sneak Peek 1. So, hey, without further ado, enjoy the conversation I had with Godson.
Yeah, what's up, you guys? This is Godson, and today we're going to do a little talk over the new update that just came out. Me and Ash, if you could say what's up, Ash.
What's going on, Godson?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm pretty excited.
Me and Ash are here, you guys, and we're going to talk a little bit about the new update and give our opinions, some more insight on the update, and hopefully clear up some confusion that is going on with a lot of the things that we got, because we did get a lot of things on this first reveal. So you guys, we're here. We're going to talk about some of the things that we got. So
yeah, man, there's so much information that came in this first sneak peek that I think hopefully we can help people out there digest it a little bit more, going a little bit beyond the what the text was, you know?
Oh, exactly. So we have it in a sort of a format. So we're going to go over each point and try and cover some of these things that you guys have seen in some of our recent videos. So
yeah,
what was the first one that we had?
Yeah, well, let's go ahead and just talk briefly about what it actually is and isn't. There's a lot of like misinformation going out there in speculation. So, you know, we have the benefit a little bit of talking this over beforehand because we saw it coming a little bit sooner, and we were able to, you know, form some speculation on things going on. And I guess it all starts with the way that you acquire a shield has changed. I think by this time, everybody kind of knows that now the Town Hall no longer it gives people a shield. So sniping is bye-bye.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's like the biggest thing that people are, you know, taking to heart, because a lot of farmers, we do have, I think maybe a majority of the people that watch my channel are probably farmers, you know, so this is a big thing for them. But it's not as bad as you think. I think there's a few things in this update that could possibly be for the better.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I think one of the big things is attacking through shield. Now, a lot of people have been asking about what attacking through the shield is and what it entails, and I think, you know, we can start out by saying that every time you attack from the shield, it's cool because you get to still protect your loot. So that's already a little benefit there. And the shield pad, it's hard to abuse this new system too, because when you execute an attack, it will deduct time from your shield, and it will cumulatively compound. So it starts like 3, 4, 5, 6, then it goes to 8, 10, 12 hours off your shield.
So, for example, if you get attacked and they steal, 200,000 gold from you, you get a shield. If they get the 30%, if they attack you and you get 30% damage on you, you'll get a shield. So with that time, you could train up troops. You could actually attack in that time as well while you're on shield. And if you attack, and that's another thing I believe they said that they mentioned, while you're searching in clouds, your time does not deduct until you actually attack.
Yeah, that's
so
a
you're
big
not,
change.
yeah, you're not, when you skip to the next base, it doesn't hurt your timer.
Yeah, you have to actually drop the troops now, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So the time on the shield is deducted by 3 hours, and then I believe it was 4, then 5.
Yeah, it's kind of different. It goes 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it starts counting by twos. It starts increasing by twos after that, 8, 10, 12, and etc.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
and I believe this was a change that was needed for people, because they said, you know, usually when you get attacked, you're training up your troops, and then you don't want to break your shield because then you'll get attacked again, and then it's, you know, pretty difficult. So this is like a balance for people, even for farmers, to get the resources that they lost back by attacking while you're on shield. So I see that as a positive. I don't see that as a negative.
Yeah, I agree with you, Godson. I think that it's hard, like I said, it's hard to digest the changes and how this will actually change the game just by, you know, the first time you see it, you're just almost in shock. Like, this is going to change the game big time. But there's a lot to take in, and there's a lot more coming. I think people will get a clearer picture once they see tomorrow and Wednesdays about, like, the Village Guard and stuff. So
yeah, and I believe with the Village Guard, well, could you Oh, I don't know if we can yet.
We can't. I don't think we can tell about it.
Well, yeah, the Village Guard will be coming pretty soon, so we'll talk about that more.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, you know, one of the important things that to get across here is the whole change in the shield system right now, and more stuff to come. I think what Supercell wants us to do here is give us more flexibility in when we play, right? Because right now the shield kind of rules the game, right? So if you want to attack maybe at a lunch break or something like that, you know you're going to lose your shield, so you know you have to kind of plan your day around your shield. But
Yeah,
now
exactly.
it's shifting towards, it puts a little bit more flexibility in the user's hand where they can get a raid in, and then say you know you're going to have an hour to clash later on in the night. You can actually plan your shields, and you can say, okay, later on tonight when I get off work or get out of school in 5 hours, I know I want to play for an hour. So then you can actually go ahead and say, okay, well that means I can attack 2 times to reduce my shield.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Not only that, but I see a lot of the people on the forums were saying, they always mentioned that we need more loot circulating inside the game. We need more resources that we can pull from these other bases. And I see this as a positive thing as well, because if you are not able to town hall snipe, then that means you're going to have more bases that you can discover, more bases that you can find in matchmaking. Just because, you're not able to take out a town hall with one troop. You're going to have to actually go in there and attack this town hall to put them on shield. So that means that's a benefit for the lower players that are actually farming, because you'll have more bases that are off shield for you to find. And that
Absolutely.
means more resources, more loot, more gold.
Absolutely. We should probably just touch on that right away, because one of the most popular questions we're getting is, how is this going to affect farmers, right? So, you just mentioned one of the big things right there, one of the big takeaways is more loot available. And I think that's definitely going to be the case. Average loot per village is definitely going to go up because people can't stockpile their loot as easily anymore and ride those shields for hours upon hours.
Yeah, exactly. And I would not like this if it was only for certain players, but these are changes across the board. So everyone, is going to be affected by this. Everyone's going to have the same changes to them. So I believe the people that are more active, more pushers, then these are the guys that are going to benefit from these changes.
I agree, and I don't think it discriminates against people who only attack a few times a day, but as long as you're getting some attacks in, I think this will be a net positive. And I do think the only downside for farmers, and it's not even a downside, depends on how you look at it, is it's going to be a little bit harder to stockpile and protect your loot because you're going to have to go on defense. You can't ride those, 12, 16-hour shields. But at the same time, like you just mentioned, it's also going to be easier to get more of it on the other end.
Yeah, exactly. And I think with these small changes that we're getting, I see it the same as like with the air sweeper. I call it a leaf blower, my own terminology for it. But when the air sweeper was first introduced, people thought it was broken. They saw that it pushed the dragon, it pushed the balloons, and these troops could not get to the air sweeper in time to take out the defense. And so as time goes on, people see, okay, well, the air sweeper is not even that. Not a big deal.
Yeah, no.
And I can see that with these changes too. I think people are going to adapt to these changes pretty quickly, fairly quickly, and it will be, something that could actually benefit people.
I agree with you.
I just see it as something, that people are going to adjust to this pretty fast.
I think so too. I think it's hard right now, and it's going to be hard the next few days to try to ascertain exactly how big of a change and how it's going to affect your gameplay. But I think just going to make things more action packed. You're going to be attacking more and defending more, but the game's just going to be more engaging, right? So, Godson, I'd love to talk about one of the questions I've been getting a lot too, and I know you have, is what exactly is the math behind the whole 50% army rule? I've seen so many things thrown out there, so maybe we could just touch upon that briefly here. And so I'm going to give an example, and then you can give your take on it, or if you have any,
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
so this is from a developer said to help clarify it for me because I didn't even understand exactly what everything was. So say a defender is Town Hall 9. That's 220 space in the army camp. Now,
if he has if his army camps are upgraded max.
No, that's the big thing here.
Whoa, okay.
Every town hall has the same base number for what their 50% rule is. So every base is treated as a max base as far as army camps go.
I see.
So if a defender is a Town Hall 9, they're going to be, even if you're a new Town Hall 9, you'll still fall under the 220 army camp space. Even if you don't have an upgraded clan castle, it will still be counted for 30 troop space. And then your 2 heroes count, which is 25 troop space each, that's the number they're using for heroes. So The town hall level, not what levels the defender actually has, is what dictates how many troops. So in this case, on a town hall 9, we'd have 220 for the army camps, plus 30 for the clan castle, plus 50, 25 for each hero, gives us 300 troop space. So 50% of that is 150, which is the limit for the defender. So that means the attacker has to use any combination of troops, clan castle, and heroes, which count as 25 spaces each, even for the attacker, that adds up to 151 to give them the shield.
So, okay, wait.
It's
Let me understand this. So, if he deploys, let's say, the hero, the Archer Queen, that is worth 25
Correct.
Spaces?
Yes.
Okay, and so he would have to deploy the second hero, which is another 25, that's 50, and then just a few troops, and that would be considered enough.
Yeah, if you deploy say quick math 4 golems and 2 heroes, that's enough. If you deploy, maybe you're farming and you deploy 75 archers or 76 archers or 76 Barch troops and the heroes, then you have triggered the shield.
Okay,
at a Town Hall 9.
Well, as long as they get the 30%.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, that's an important note as well. As long as they get.
So
the 30%.
I don't really see that a problem with people deploying 50% of their troops. I don't see that as a big deal. If it's not actually half their army composition, it just has to add up to the amount of their town hall level, right?
Exactly, and I don't think there's going to be any real incentive for the attacker not to deploy 50% of your troops, unless they're on collector raids. It's going to be hard to get into that interior,
Yeah, so, I think I've read in the comments on my channel, people are saying to combat this, since the town hall snipe has been taken away, what they're trying to do is they're trying to throw at least 30% of their buildings in the corner with their town hall so that they can get the shield. But still, that might not be the case if the attacker does not use 50% of his troops.
Yeah, absolutely. So that doesn't really make a lot of sense, because even if they did use 50% of their troops, what would the incentive be from the attacker's angle, I mean, they would have used 50% of their troops to get just a loot bonus, I guess, that would be it. And there's more coming on loot bonuses and stuff later on in the week. So it will be interesting to see, maybe that will be an idea. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like it makes a heck of a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But
so I guess some other changes that we've had besides this is the revenge system.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Well, from what I understand, it'll be similar to the clan war aspects. When you go into clan wars and you're looking at a base, you can scout them, but when you're confirming your attack, you have to confirm that, and you can't back out. And I believe that is the way that Clash of Clans is going with the revenge system, just so that, I believe, for cheating reasons. They don't want people to scout their base, check it out, and then, do some sort of funny stuff. They want you to confirm your attack when you revenge.
Yeah, that's important to note, because I remember the first time they added that for wars. I don't know why. I just kind of totally had a brain fart there, and I went into war, and then I confirmed like an idiot, and because I knew that the change had been made, and then I went into battle, and I was like, wait, I want to add a couple minions instead of.
My gosh.
I backed out,
yeah.
and I got a 0%. That was the day of the update. So
I always did that when I didn't have full troops.
Yeah. So definitely make sure you confirm on revenge now. That's important. That's an important note. I got a couple questions, if you wouldn't mind helping me answer them from on Twitter.
Oh, sure.
So one, let's see. Juan says, can you break down how this new shield system will affect farmers? So I think we already talked about that, right? Where we both think there'll be more loot available and perhaps a little bit harder to hold on to unless you're attacked. But then that's mitigated by the fact that you're attacking through shields, right?
Yes, and just to touch on that, I believe it will be better with this new update for farmers that are actively looking for bases. We should have more bases in the matchmaking system for you to find, because these guys can't get on free shields, and you should find a lot more bases with loot. So I think that is a benefit.
Yeah, I agree there. And we have one here. Please explain how this benefits defenders, since attackers get it all. Plus, I'm a Town Hall 9 in Titans. Does that mean I'm screwed? So it's a two-part question there.
I've actually thought about this. Like, just they they mentioned some sort of clan where I believe it's a clan where there's a lot of lower town halls are pushing up really high.
Hmm.
I could see that as maybe some changes that need to be made on their part because if you're throwing your town hall out there and your town hall you like let's say town hall 8 and you're a Titan player, then you can't get that free shield. So you're gonna have to do something.
Yeah.
But even then I don't know too many of these players that are up that high where the guys don't just 3-star them anyways.
Yeah, that's an important note, and you still, yeah, I think it will be tough for lower level town halls to push really, really high. Because I
It
think,
will be, but these are changes across the board. So everybody that's a lower town hall trying to push up that high, all these changes will affect everyone, not just them.
yeah, absolutely, and I think this will kind of rebalance things a little bit as far as trophies. I think, yeah, sure, it will be difficult for a low level Town Hall 5 to go all the way to Titans League, sure, as if it's not already difficult, but on the plus side, I think with more changes coming later on in the week and a little bit with what we've heard today, I think that they want players to actually stay within their proper trophy range. And I think as far as the benefits the defender gets, since the attacker gets it all, well, everybody is a defender and an attacker essentially, right? Because
Exactly.
so you're still, of course, you're defending more, and that's going to have implications going up all the way to Titans League for pushers. That with the whole attacking through shield, and we'll find out more on that later in the week. So I think that, yeah, it will be tough as a Town Hall 9 and Titans, but it's important to point out that you still do have the preferential matching. So if you're a Town Hall 9, you're still more apt to find fellow Town Hall 9s,
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
not changing.
Exactly.
So I think actually all the other questions we've kind of covered as far as people asking about the 7-day shield. What if you buy a 7-day shield? Can you still attack through it? And the answer there is yes.
Oh yeah, of course. And you'll have I believe we touched on that already. The way it is deducted from your own timer is by 3. And then I think up to is it 6 the 6 hours then it goes by 2?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, it goes by 2. So
Yeah.
that was covered.
Yep. So yeah, I think that's hopefully this will help out a few guys with questions out there. I know there's a lot of questions and like you said, a lot of information, but I think
Yeah, and these are not things that, Supercell is telling us, coaching us to say. These are things that I actually feel as a player myself. And I kind of like it, just having these changes to where you can find more bases, you can find, more loot in the game. These are things that people have wanted. For the longest time. So this is Supercell's answer.
Absolutely.
Small changes with the free shield is the way that these can happen.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I echo that sentiment 100%. Certainly not drinking the Kool-Aid here. I think that I've always wanted more action out of the game, and this is definitely going to help in that regard. Either whether you're pushing or whether you're farming, there's going to be plenty of opportunity for attacking without having to worry about having to, be dormant, essentially, for another 12 hours or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
So, all right, Godson, let's wrap it up, man. Thanks so much for,
hey, well, you
for
know
doing
what?
this.
Thank you for chatting with me about these changes. I'm sure we're going to have more sneak peeks coming out throughout the week, you guys, so stay tuned. And be sure to check in the link in the description. I should have a link to Clash with Ash's channel as well if you're going to check out some of his content. He has really good stuff in there, so you guys check him out too as well. And thank you guys for watching. This is Godson, and I will see you next time. Godson out.
Take care, guys.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. Just a few ways you can help the channel out. Number 1, like. Number 2, subscribe. And number 3, comment. Tell me what you think of the video. I really appreciate it, guys, and it really helps me out a lot. Also, you can find me on social media. I'm active every day on Twitter at @clash_with_ash and on Bindle chat group #ClashWithAsh. And as always, you can find me on my website at www.clashwithash.com. Thanks, guys.